Welcome everybody once again to new player action between Will McCarty at the bottom of the screen and Brett Kroh at the top. Heading into this is week 5, so this is kind of the hump week. Everybody plays 9 rounds. Will's trying to keep touch with the leaders while Brett is probably just looking for a strong finish. You can see here Dread Shade, so we're looking at a mono black control build in standard here for Will. This match has particular interest for me because I'm actually thinking of building this deck as well. It looks quite fun. Brett at the top of the screen on blue-white control. I've seen him on this a couple of weeks now. Risky pumping that right so early. The enchantment that exiles is clearly not in hand. I forget the name of it. I've got one sitting here somewhere. Let me see if I can find one. I'll cast out's another one that does it. Seal Away. This particular one we're probably going to see from Brett. It's a very good one because the problem there is that you commit all your resources to Dread Shade to do a ton of damage, and then once he's tapped it, then Brett can play the Seal Away and just clean up. So it's a waste of a turn. But here you see no block, so he's going to do it again. And a massive hit coming here, 9 I believe. If he does have Seal Away, now would be the time to do it, but no, he drops to 4. 2, 4, 6. 6 mana. Surely he has something going on. Okay, Teferi. Although he's still dead on board because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, Ballista can only hit for be 3 power, not 4. So Ballista comes down and finishes off Teferi to start with. So he's actually the Ballista's actually lethal on board next turn. So Brett needs an answer to that right now. Fumigate will be an answer. It's going to put him to 2 because Ballista will sack in response. He won't gain any life out of that. And again, the Dread Shade. So if he can find an answer for Dread Shade, he's going to stabilize at 2, but he doesn't, so we're going to game 2. And that's an ominous sign for a blue-white player to start off with the Field of Ruin. Probably the worst card he can play, but by looks of it, he kept that hand because of the Escanto. It's going to be able to filter his draws and help him find those lands. Treasure Map is a good one. It's going to help him help Will scry here. One card I'm interested to see if Will's playing is Cobble Stronghold, which is excellent to combo with the Ballista. We'll see if that's come into the deck. Lost Legacy. I'm guessing here he's on... He actually put that Argyl's Bloodfast to the bottom. I can't believe that because that's one of his best cards. No more Teferis in this match. The other card he could possibly be on is Approach of the Second Sun. You could name with that as well. But here's History of Benalia. This is going to be a problem. Okay, here's a Duresis, so they came in from the sideboard. Demon Lord Belzenok. Does he have the mana? He does. I think here you take... I didn't even... You take Cast Out he took. History of Benalia, though, is not going to be effective this turn. Next turn it is going to be able to pump those to 5/4s, I believe it is. Field of Ruin, here's a nice play on the Treasure Cove just to stop him drawing cards. And he can scry away that... it keeps the Etherborn on top. He scryed away the land. Creates another blocker, so that's going to nullify the History of Benalia. I would be inclined to shoot down one of those knights before the Benalia works. But he's not going to do that, so they become 4/3s. Oh, I suppose he's got them covered anyway. Or no, he's going to be able to... He's going to be able to blink something here. I think you blink the construct. Yep, so you can push through some damage. It means the ballista's going to have to trade. I think you block. Yep, so just a straight up trade. He might want to just sacrifice the ballista here because that knight's going to become a 2/2 next turn. It's not really a threat. What did I miss there? For some reason the 6/6 construct goes because he has less artifacts on the board. He'll get back a swamp there. So any removal spell here and Khan is dead. Does he have the removal? He certainly doesn't have Teferi. They're all gone. It looks like he's playing 4. History of Benalia. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be strong enough. This is a suicide mission right there. I'm not sure what he was thinking with that one. Bit land flooded here for Will. Oh yeah, you can't let him have Josu Vest with that much land, but he's going to get it anyway through the Khan. I think he can actually kick it. Yes, he can. Can he kick it? Yes, he can. I think that's the song lyric. And that should be the match for standard. Unless there's a Fumigate, then this is going to be a massive blowout. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them. He'll gain 10 life if he's holding Fumigate here. The other possibility, of course, is Settle the Wreckage. You can see he's playing the full 4 Teferis. He's tapping that mana very quickly. He's got the Fumigate. Ouch! And this match is going to go for a little while longer yet. What am I... Okay, so he's going to get another Josu. I didn't see the second one get exiled. So he needs the Fumigate again now. And he doesn't have it. The other possibility here is a Settle the Wreckage. I'd be inclined to Lost Legacy for Settle the Wreckage here before combat, just to see what he has going on. Oh, okay, he's got a Cabal Stronghold there. See if he's gonna. Is he not gonna fire it off? If he runs into us, he's just testing it just of 2. I think 2's not the right number here when Brett's got 27 life. I would have sent 4 of them and made it a real contest. So he's certainly got a counter spell, and he's going to be able to activate Ascanta here. He only finds a History of Benalia, and that's too weak on this board. It might actually, if he is holding Settle the Wreckage, the History of Benalia will encourage Will to send more of those knights in. Well, Dreadshade's going to be a problem to deal with. Let's see what the attacks are this time. Yeah, so he gets a bit... I like this attack. If you got the Wreckage, play it now. Okay, seal away. He doesn't have Settle the Wreckage. He's going to take 6. He's still got a pretty healthy life. I don't think he's holding Fumigate because he would have Fumigated last turn when they were all out. I am surprised he didn't give up that knight because it's not going to do anything when History of Benalia is pumped. That is a timely Essence Scatter. Walking Ballista is going to be huge when he's got this much mana. Another treasure map, so you draw a card. Yeah, Gifted Aetherborn looks just so-so at this stage. Dreadshade. Well, you can actually search for Ascanta here. So this is risky. And then he's got the Settle the Wreckage, so this is going to clear out his board. He's not going to have any swamps left, and I'll be right back. Well, Gideon, okay on this board. And he does have that active Ascanta. Uh, okay, he's going to give up the 2 Aetherborns here to clear the board away, so Gideon will be down next turn. 1 card in hand only for Brett, but so many swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21 lands in play. That is insane. If he can find something like a let's see what that last card is. It's a Settle the Wreckage, and that is huge, getting that Settle the Wreckage out. I think he should have done his Skunter beforehand, or he's got a Fumigate, so he's going to clean up anyway. If he can find a Ballista here, this one is over. Or even a what's the black card that they have? Torment of Hailfire. So he quick smart fires off the Fumigate. He's still at 13 life. He needs to find some sort of answer for that Khan to stop the card advantage. Gonna scry at the upkeep. What's he blinking here? He's gonna blink the treasure map to save the... Oh, Kabul Stronghold actually is not a bad draw there. Although I guess he doesn't really need any more lands. So Dreadshade will actually be lethal next turn. So Brett needs to find an answer right now for Dreadshade, or he's dead. Escanta is going to help him do that as well. Two Khans in hand. So he's going to go searching straight away. Now, I think he's done this at the wrong time, because if he finds a Settle the Wreckage, or a Seal Away, which is what he did find, then Will just won't swing into this. So just a slight misplay there from Brett. He should have waited for the attack first. Well, so he's going to bait it now anyway, but that was his win con, so I think it's a misplay there from Will on the way back. I would have held the Aetherborn and the Belzen Lock and played them next turn. Swung them in so that the Dreadshade can be the lethal blow. So he's up to 3 Khans now. Sorcerer's Spyglass is not a bad pickup, but Teferi's gone, so I guess you name Gideon. Or, okay, he's going to name a Scunter the Sunken Ruin. I like that one as well. So there won't be any more activations for Brett. He's got nothing in defense here. He can't go searching for anything. And now he's going to go to the Kabul Stronghold. I think he can just win this match. Oh no, because of the counterspell. He needs to find something to stop the counterspell. Torment of Hailfire, that's the cool one. So this demands a counterspell right now. But Brett's going to concede. He's got way more than enough mana to pay for everything. And we're going to go to Modern, where it looks like Will this time is on blue-white control. And he's kept... No, I was going to say he's mulligan that one. He has to mulligan this one as well. Oh, he's kept a 1-lander on playing blue-white control and keeping a 1-lander with no serum visions or ways to fix that draw. This is... I don't like this at all. He's essentially just praying to the magic gods that they help him off the top of the deck. And Chromatic Star from a forest, so I'm guessing Brett's on Tron. So I think this is going to be a very quick game 1 to Brett. Although having said that, Tron leading out with a forest is not ideal. He has a couple of cantrips, so he's going to be able to find one land, so he needs some help to find the other one. And so you can see here, no second land for Will. And cracking this main phase suggests to me that that Brett does not have a third land. But you can see from see from Will's hand, he just has absolutely nothing going for him at this stage. Like, he doesn't even have a spreading seas that he could find. Okay, Serum Visions will help. You got to get rid of those two quick smart, but even Serum Visions can't find him everything. No, oh, I wouldn't have got rid of that Vendilion Click. That's like his... He can do it on the draw step, but now that Sylvan Scrying's going to find the Tron piece that's required, and this one is over. We're about to go to game 2. A lot of cantripping here from Brett. Surely he's going to find a threat. See, he doesn't even find his second land drop still, so he's got a discard. Brett just, yep, Khan, we're going to game 2. Okay, 1, 2. This looks like a keeper this time from Will. We've got a game on our hands this time. Leads off with Serum Visions. Keeps it one, puts Jace on the bottom and keeps his Serum Visions. Okay, this is going to be a nice turn. He can Spreading Seas the power plant. Sometimes in that situation, I like to wait for the opponent to play the second land and then put the Spreading Seas on the second land, just in case they drew that for the turn. But he is going to be able to Field of Ruin here, so he can also take that path. Yeah, let's go into this turn. He's going to go... I think you keep both of those. I like Cryptic here. And you need the third blue source for the Cryptic, so keep both. Yeah, did he keep both? I think he did. I think he's just disguising the Field of Ruin there. As you can see, Brett leading out for the cantrip and tapping for the cantrip. As a giveaway, he's got nothing going on. So he's going to use Ancient Stirrings to try and find his third land. So, much like the first game, but in reverse, it looks like, and he finds an Urza's Mine, so that's not ideal. So much like the first game, but in reverse, this game looks like it's going to go to Brett. So Will, sorry, very quickly. Okay, he's a power plant short now. So... This one I think you negate for sure. Yep, nice play. I like that from Will. And the reason I suggest negate there is because he floundered on his lands last turn, so the expedition map was the draw for the turn. Otherwise, he would have played it last turn. And next turn when he Field of Ruins, he's going to mean that he needs to find 2 pieces. Well, okay, so he's going to go for Teferi. This is risky. This is super risky. If he tops the Tron piece and he's got Khan in hand, it's big trouble right now. Although he does have Logic Knot, so that's a nice play. Okay, he finds the power plant, so he's got Tron. He's going to have access to 10 mana, so... he's got Tron and he goes and cracks the Expedition map. And cantrips as well, so... It looks like he's just got nothing going on here in terms of threats. Stony Silence a bit late to the party. Now, he just Field of Ruined the... Oh, and I think he Field of Ruined the Tower, and I believe that's the card that Brett actually searched up. So Brett's going to play a tower this turn, I think. Yeah, there's a tower, so... I think I would have I mean, it's a difficult position, but yeah, that's a nice pickup to get the spreading C. So he's controlling the lands nicely now. As to Field of Ruin, this one's going to game 3. This one's over. As Will's got the blue-white control deck just humming along nicely now. Logic Knot is back up, but Logic Knot not very good against Tron once he gets Tron online. And he's hard casting Khan. Just as I say that, there's no Tron online, so he's safe here, can counter that. Well, I would have tapped the mana there because he doesn't need the mana for anything else. Keep those 2 cards in the grave because you never know in the coming turns. Or he wants to Field of Ruin. Okay, so he's going to take the power plant. So it means Brett's still 2, 4, 6. He's 2 cards away from Tron, but he's in a position now where he can actually hard cast. He can hard cast Khan. As Will trying to get this one over a 2-turn clock quickly with a 2-turn clock now. He actually discarded a Path to Exile and luckily drew one because if there's a Worm Coil engine here, it could, or Worm Coil can actually get bounced by Teferi. I don't see how he's getting out of this. He's going to try for Khan again. What do you do with Khan here? I think you've got a minus. What's he going after? Khan, what do you have to minus on the Teferi because Teferi's going to ultimate next turn. He's going after the Stony Silence. That's kind of pointless. I think he had to minus on the... Because Gideon can also finish him off here, and Celestial Colonnade is just going to finish him off. So we're going to go to a game 3. So yes, I think the situation was hopeless for him, but I think his only out was to actually minus on Gideon. Yeah, it's a tough call. Not criticising Brett's game at all there. It's a very tough decision to make. Kind of hopeless. Oh, I like both those cards. He's going to keep them both on top. And he's going to take the Stony Silence first. Yeah. He does have the Field of Ruin, so he doesn't have to fetch this time. What is going to make this awkward, though, particularly depending on what Ancient Stirrings finds, it's found the 3rd piece. So, yeah, he kept the Stony Silence on top, but unfortunately, Brett has Tron, so I think you can't play this Stony Silence this turn. He's going to hold up Ceremonious Rejection here, which is going to be nice. Get rid of the powerful Khan for only 1 blue. I probably would have done it the other way around so that I could get rid of Khan off negate, and then this turn I could have played one of these spells and then still kept up the Ceremonious Rejection. Nature's Claim is going to take down the Spreading Sea, so he's back to Tron, but nothing to play with Tron. So he's on 7, 8 mana. Now he's on a lot. 10. Oh, is this the game, I think? I mean, he can counter this, but he's taken a beating. Ulamog's targeting what? Well, in hindsight, Ulamog wasn't that bad. It's set him back not much, because he's still going to have 4. And he's going to be able to take Brett off Tron again. Brett straight back onto Tron if this resolves. So I think you've got to negate this. He's got a second one. Oh, so he's playing off the... Tron back online. Brett 1 card in hand. Now, if I'm... Will can get him with the Vendilion Clique and the draw step here. Let him draw. Now, fire. Okay, wait till he cantrips then and... Okay, now fire it. Oh! What is Thought-Knot? I think Thought-Knot's got to take Detention Sphere. Depends what he's got in his hand. If he's got something like an Ugin or a Khan, I'd be taking Gideon. If he's got nothing going on in his hand, I'd take the Detention Sphere. What did he take? He took the Negate. Okay, so I'm guessing he's got some sort of threat. Which is going to go because of the Vendilion Clique. Oh, he's targeting himself. Get rid of Gideon. Mana Leak is terrible here. He's found the 5th land, just as I say that. Cryptic Command. So here we go. He's going to work with the 3-1. Brett's Ancient Stirrings. This should find something. You can see Will's tapped out. Whatever he finds is going to get bounced by Teferi. It's an O-Stone. No, this is going to be really awkward for Will because he can play Teferi and then... No, don't crack. No. I think in that situation you always crack the O-Stone on their attacking phase so that they can't play any sort of haste threats or do anything else in their main. So the O-Stone would have prevented Teferi from being played at all because Thought-Knot's going to get Teferi here anyway. But yeah, the O-Stone would prevent Teferi from getting played. So Cryptic's an awkward one. This is going to possibly counter bounce or bounce draw. Cryptic's also pretty good insurance against Ulamog because you can counter Ulamog and bounce a land or whatever it's targeting, and then you only lose one thing. This is a pretty aggressive play here from Will. He found another Cryptic anyway. So that's going to work out really nicely. He's going to be able to play Ascanta here. And wait, what's he doing? Oh, he's just going to pass. So he's going to use a Cryptic instead. He's actually can hold up 2 counter spells, Cryptic and Ceremonious. So this is only going to cost 1. Relic, no one cares. I think he'll just cantrip this. Oh, that's quite an aggressive Cryptic. And that's a nice pickup from the Cryptic. I was going to say, he just needs one more land to go with it, and he found that one more land. So now he can Snapcaster, and if he can survive this particular turn, which he does, he's got Snapcaster plus... I would keep that. He's going to keep it. Now he's got Snapcaster plus Cryptic Command available. Waste no time taking down that mine. 2, 4, 6, yep. And so Brett now, Will, just on the hunt for a Wincon. He's got a super aggressive use of these counter spells. Just preventing the cantrip here. Finds the Serum Visions. So it's a 3-turn clock if he fires up the Colonnade. Well, I don't think he really wants that Spreading Seas anymore, except for to use it as a cantrip, because Brett's already got nine lands, so he can pretty much hardcast just about anything except an Ulamog. Now he can actually hardcast an Ulamog. He's at 15. And Jace is going to put the lock on now. Yep. So we'll look at his top card, a Wormcoil. That goes to the bottom for sure. That power plant aren't doing any damage now. He's a Crucible, so that would have been nice much earlier in the game. He can get a mine back here. And have Tron. I don't know if he's playing Walking Ballista in this deck, but Walking Ballista is certainly a live draw. I think he can keep that. What's that? 8, 10 coming across is going to put him to 3. 1 turn. So this game's over. So Will's going to take a pretty entertaining game of Modern, 2 games to 1. He's going to get he can get 4 life from Nature's Claim, but it doesn't matter.
Finish him!
There's Scorpion. He makes an appearance whenever somebody's facing lethal with no outs and they make the person swing. And we're on to Legacy. Not sure what Will's on here. Just switch on my fan. Okay, so it looks like Grixis Delver for Will. Ah, sorry, for Brett. And that pesky little guy, Deathrite Shaman, has to get off the battlefield ASAP. Now, if I intended to bolt him, I would have bolted him before the Ponder, just in case he finds a Daze. He doesn't, though. So him to Turak's going to strip the hand a little bit. Or there was a Daze in there, so he actually let his Deathrite Shaman die. You can see the second Daze here is going to... sorry, the second him to Turak here is going to do some work. Coupled with that Thoughtseize, he's facing an empty hand. First, just make sure there's anything worth getting out with the Thoughtseize. So Lightning Bolt kind of tells me there's nothing going on over there. Daze and Bolt. I would have fired off... Oh, he can't, he's on it. Got single red. So no cards in hand now for Brett. Playing off the top of the deck. Cataxian Probable cantrip here. Wasteland, not at its best currently. He can actually Wasteland if he wants to get more cards in the grave for Grimflyer. Although he doesn't need to now, he just put a land in there. So he's got land, instant sorcery, needs one more. Days out. Land, instant sorcery. Creature can go. Yep, so he's put the creature in now, so now he's got the 4/4. I think he can Colligan's Command in the draw step. Yep, that's what he's going to do. What did he discard? He discarded a Force of Will. Bloodbraid Elf. I don't see that too often in Legacy, but Will very quickly here, looking like he's taken a 1-0 lead in Legacy. Brainstorm is going to give him half a turn, but I don't see what out he has here. No, we're going to game 2. So I think it's like a traditional kind of green-black. It looks like from Will. Yeah, Will's just saying in chat, I'm playing my Modern Jund with a few different cards. I was going to say, it looks like a modern green-black deck with a splash of red, so Jund obviously, but with a legacy database and mana base instead. Well, Force of Will is out. That's a good wasteland from Brett, because I don't know if you wouldn't know about the Liliana in hand, but it was certainly timely. Well, Deathrite Shaman is certainly not a card he's going to have in Modern, so that's a slight change to the main as well. Fork Bolt here. This is sorcery. So we can see Liliana here. Oh, that is nice. Now he knew about that daze from before. He could see it because the Force of Will. He had the choice of taking Force of Will or daze, and he took Force of Will. Brett's clearly on the Delver build. We've seen play a couple of Delvers already, but we haven't seen anything else. So we'll see what he's got in terms of threats, Gurmag Anglers or what they are. Okay, is he going to try again for Liliana? I think he might wait a turn here. I don't know what this is about. He just braided a 4/4. Yeah, miss. Unless he thought it was still a 2/2, I'm not sure what he was doing there. Okay, so now he's got him down. So he discards Lightning Bolt. Okay, so he gets the Dismember to take care of the... Well, he actually ticked down Liliana. So now he's got a massive problem, because Will should have ticked up Liliana and taken down the Deathrite Shaman with the Lightning Bolt, because then Liliana could have got the True Name Nemesis without actually dying, but he had to trade her for the True Name Nemesis. So both these players now playing off the top of their decks. And here's a Delver, so this needs answering. Well, Grimflyer is more powerful than Delver, and when you got more life, it's going to be an advantage. Well, Delver can't flip. He played a Brainstorm before. Down comes Tarmogoyf, and this is looking really bad now. Can Delver flip again? It cannot, so it's lethal. So it's going to be game to Will. And Will's going to sweep this series.